Most believers lose that presence in things like, well, I don't want to say most, but most who do, or when we do, or when we see that going, it's in church, it's in Christianity, it's in the things of, in doctrine. Look at all the churches that exist with no presence of God, but they have things of God. In doctrines of God. Now, doctrines are important, but they don't replace, if they can't replace God, for some people, they did replace God. Legalism, I do this and I do this. That may, there may be things that you do are good, but if that is your focus, you've lost the presence. Movements of God, that's still not God. Or anything. I mean, man just goes off on anything, even in the name of God. Even people who love God go off, or when the whole focus are the gifts of God. The gifts are of God, but if your focus is the gifts instead of the God of the gifts, you've gone off. Tradition, legalism, whatever. I remember being at a Jesus festival filled with all sorts of Jesus things, everything was, and it was wonderful. But at one point I said, wait a minute, I have to get away. I have to be by myself with the Lord, because I can't just have Jesus on the outside. Because what happens when it's all on the outside, you can forget on the inside. When you're in a very ungodly thing, you might know, like, I got to take time now. I got to get refreshed with God. But when everything is Jesus on the outside, you can forget that. I said, I have to get away even from this for a moment. I got to get back in the secret place with God. See, the Holy of Holies was the place of his presence, and the Holy of Holies was separate from everything else. Even from religion, even from Christianity, you need a secret place with God that is separate from everything else, even from your ministry, where you can just get into God's presence, get restored, get blessed, and get revived, and then go back to all the things of God. But it all begins in the Holy of Holies. How could they lose him? I mean, they went on for a day before they even realized he was gone. And that's often what happens, is you're going on, and it takes a while before you realize you have lost something. Before you realize your love has gone down, or that fire is not burning like it did. It takes usually a while because it happens without you really knowing that closeness.
To find out how you can receive more of Jonathan's teachings, to receive special free gifts, or get in touch, go to hopeoftheworld.org or call toll-free 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's hopeoftheworld.org. or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821. You can also get more at Jonathan Cahn's Facebook page, or write us direct at Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA. Hope of the World is dedicated to the goal of spreading God's Word and salvation to every land and people. We do this by spreading the Word throughout the world and sponsoring compassion projects to the most poor and needy around the earth. To get in touch or have a part in God's work, just write to Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA. Or go to hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821.